Hello, everyone. Hi, my name is Emma Wachs, and today I'm going to be talking about health and well-being, and we're going to explore how to transform this area of your life with subconscious healing. And we're also going to give you some tips on how to improve a situation, either for yourself or for someone else close to you, if they're struggling with this area of their lives as well. So today I want to offer everyone watching live the chance to receive support and some healing and some transformational realizations too around this topic, but also around anything that you're struggling with at the moment. So keep watching till the end to make sure that your questions are answered. And if you're watching this replay, know that we're resonating across time and space. As a group. So healing and transformation is going to be possible for you too. Just stay present to what may be going on for you beneath the surface of everything that we explore today to guarantee that you get something out of this. So if you're new here, please say hi now in the comment section. Let us know where you're from. And of course, for those of you who follow us each week, thank you for your continued support. I always love seeing you on here and I really, really appreciate you each week. So thank you. Wonderful. Kimberly's here, Jules here. Perfect. The feed is working. Carrie's here. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Kylie as well. Welcome, 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 everyone. So thank you for joining. If you're new, say hi. Let us know where you're from. Jules from the Netherlands. Nicole's here too. Wonderful. It's so good to have you all here. Excellent. So I will start by introducing myself. I'm a subconscious healer, which means that I have the ability to identify the deepest root cause of any pain or struggle in your life and create shifts for you from this space. So this happens at the subconscious level, where in my opinion, it truly, truly counts. I'm also proud to be a life purpose ambassador and an intuitive trainer. So that means that I can teach you how to harness your intuitive abilities and become the empowered leader of your own healing journey as well. So if that's something you're interested in, we have this incredible training available where you can learn how to integrate any energy using intuition wisdom's techniques. So I'm going to be popping those things into the comment section for you. So that you can access this. But I owe all of my success to Intuition Wisdom Institute and their amazing trainings on life purpose and healing. So if you're looking at learning a bit more about this, or if you're already sensing the empowerment and like purpose that's possible for you if you had access to this incredible work, then jump onto the links in the comment section now and connect in with our community, because we can really support you forward. Wonderful, awesome. So I'm just going to pop those in. Just give me a moment here. So wonderful to have you all here today. Perfect. Got a funky new comment section on our lives now. It's really helpful. Makes things much faster for us. Okay, perfect. So let's get started. Wonderful. So I've just shared those links into the comment section. So the Limitless You is where you can start learning how to start shifting things within the subconscious, start clearing any energy that's not working for you anymore and be done with it. And then I've also shared the link to join our community as well. So this is where you can get access to any future events that we do, and also any beautiful bonuses that we offer. So today I want to explore insights that I've had around health and well-being, because what I've found is that the difficulties or challenges that arise from not being able to heal ourselves, whether this is in our bodies or in our minds, whether this is physical, emotional, mental, or energetic, perhaps this is even connected in on other things in our life. So we may see where this is connected in on our finances, our career, in our relationships. or any other area of our well-being. All of these difficulties, they're all connected to limitations that are beneath the surface of our experiences. And these limitations live in the subconscious mind, and they get triggered when we're not feeling able to support or heal ourselves, especially when we feel that we don't have what we need for ourselves as well. And these become really obvious if we're uncomfortable admitting that we need help around these sorts of things. Our triggers can become far more obvious and painful, which can create a lot of resistance and some really difficult long-term effects on our lives, especially on our bodies and our minds. And so to make things even worse, we also suffer from so much societal pressure on being able to create an amazing life for ourselves these days, right? Share into the comment section whether you're struggling with this, whether you've noticed this within yourself or within the people around you. But we're always wanting to create an amazing life for ourselves or for our families. Sometimes in the pursuit of that, we can lose sight of what's truly important. And this is something that we're all guilty of, right? So there's no need to ever feel shame about it. But it really helps if we can find a way to be able to deal with these resistances as they come up, so that they no longer create long-term impacts that reduce our happiness and our successes in life. And so that leads me to subconscious healing. It's the fastest and most effortless way to shift your limitations and to start clearing away resistances in your life. And it has changed the lives of over 100,000 people up until now. So with these incredible techniques, it doesn't matter how long you've been struggling with something for, or how deep your pain is. We have what you need to be able to transform these struggles at lightning speed. And the reason for this is the reason why this is the absolute best way to be able to transform and heal your body and improve your health and well-being is that it allows for us to be able to access the deepest root cause of whatever it is that's created this experience or this health issue and be able to clear it. So now it's your turn. Please share with me in the comment section now. Are you experiencing difficulties with your health? Is there an area of your well-being that you've been struggling with your whole life? If so, let me know. What is it that you're dealing with or struggling with? And type it into the comment section. You can either share something general or you can share in a little more detail something specific that's happening to you. And my job for you all today will be to identify what the deepest root cause of that is. And if it's in the highest good to do so, I'm going to create a shift for you right here, right now as well. So share that into the comment section now. Tell me, what is it that you're struggling with? Or is there someone else in your life that's struggling, with this and you'd like a message for them? I'm more than happy to do that as well. I've struggled with health on so many different levels, the physical, mental, emotional, energetic levels. I've experienced them all and I've learned from them all. And they've all brought me a slightly different experience to learn from. However, it's usually always led me to the same result. The worst part about me before I had found this magical work was that I didn't believe, or I didn't even know that there was a way to be able to change this. So I felt like health issues and pain in my body every day was just something that I was just going to have to get used to. And I was just going to have to deal with it day in and day out for the rest of my life until it manifested into something serious enough that it would kill me, like cancer. But all of that changed for me once I had found these amazing subconscious healing techniques, because once I had found this, I knew that there was another way to be able to heal all of the limiting beliefs that created these health issues in the first place. And it meant that I could trust again. I could trust my heart to guide me forward in life. I could want more for myself again. And that within itself was so incredibly healing that it has actually most definitely saved my life more times than I can probably count. So if you're resonating with this on any level, share your questions or your struggles into the comment section now, and I'm going to help shed some light onto how we can improve those situations for you too. Wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining and for being here today. Let me see if Kimberly shared something a little more specific. Wonderful. Perfect. Let's see what's in the highest good for you today, Kimberly. So for you, Kimberly, I'm sensing there's some difficulties in one of your ankles, which is really interesting. I'm seeing a bit of pain and discomfort there, and it feels like you're struggling with some things at the moment, and that's sort of where the pain's manifesting for you. So I'm seeing it in your ankle, and it almost feels as though the limiting belief that's connected to this is it's you struggling with your worth, and so therefore not being flexible. You're really hanging on to wanting to control in order to ensure that you don't let yourself down, and it's created this sensation of being inflexible. So that's starting to manifest some difficulties for you in that area of your body. So Kimberly's done a lot of our intuitive training, so she's got what she needs to just go into the subconscious and start clearing that. So that feels wonderful, Kimberly. Let me know how you go with that. Wonderful. Hello, Chloe, Kylie, everyone. It's so beautiful to have you all here. Thank you for joining. Kylie, can you read the cause of my severe back pain? I've tried shifting the energy myself, but I'm finding it hard. Yes, I can see why, Kylie, because straight away what your higher self is showing me is that the reason for this manifesting into such a severe back pain is because this is a limitation that's been with you your entire life. Something really interesting that I can share with you all, and this will open up a few secrets so that you can all start to change this for yourself as well. Many of us are struggling with the same deeper root causes of health issues. A lot of them are societal, which means they've been with us for so long that they actually existed before we did. And they may have belonged to some of our early caregivers or our family members or our parents especially, which means that, you know, they may have even been there when we were in our mother's womb. So some of us were created in an environment that opened up the space for us to have health issues. And I had a call with a client earlier on this week who had cancer. And the limitation that created it began when she was in the womb and her mother was smoking. So it had been with her whole life. And it wasn't until later down the road that it had manifested cancer. But now that she started healing herself, she can start to see where that energy was present for her whole life. This had been manifesting for her in other ways that weren't so serious or didn't seem so serious at the time. But it was there beneath the surface. This energy was present. So I'm urging everyone on this call, whether you're watching this live or watching this later, trust what shows up for you, any resistance in your life. And jump on a call with one of us if you've noticed that you have something limiting in your energy, and especially in your life, because it's only going to keep growing over time until you've been able to deal with it effectively with something, like subconscious healing. It's going to continue growing over time, and you don't want to be, leaving the planet with regrets, wishing you had have done something else sooner. Please reach out to us whenever you get the chance. Don't let it get to the stage where it's too late. Nothing is worth it. No job, no relationship, no level of success or happiness. Your health and well-being must always come first. It is so, so, so important. And if we're not able to take the early signs, then that's when we start, manifesting the tougher ones. So we got pretty deep there, Kylie. Your situation isn't quite as serious as, cancer. So please don't freak out. I'm going to tune in on you for sure in a moment. But that message was coming through for everyone on this call. So please read the signs, ensure that you are doing what it takes to ensure that you have what you need, and you can ensure that you are able to heal whatever it is that shows up for you the first time. Subconscious healing allows you to get to the deepest root cause of these things. So it's really, really important. And so for you, Kylie, what I'm seeing is that the deepest limitation beneath the surface for you, it's almost connected to I'm feeling unsafe. And it almost feels as though it is in the realm of relationships for you. The realm of relationships, but majority the realm of finances was what I was seeing. So that's interesting. Perhaps both of these things are present for you. Let me just get really clear on that. Yeah, so for you, it's finances. It's not, and it's funny that it's showing up as relationships, right? So whenever you're not feeling supported in your relationships, this may start to occur, right? You may start to have aches and pains within the body. But what's actually the trigger is financial stress, financial pressure. So that's actually creating the initial trigger, and it's therefore bringing stress into your relationships. And it's really created a lot of difficulty for you, I'm getting, especially when it comes to feeling peace. So when this is there, it feels like, the pain is just a consistent reminder of the level of peace that you don't have in your life. And to you, it's very overwhelming because it's something that you've always been so aware of it being really important. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to see if it's in the highest good to create a shift for you. And I'm just clearing the limiting belief that pain is necessary. It feels like that's the most important thing that we want to shift for you today. Pain is necessary. It's like the pain in life that you've endured, it's necessary in order to learn from. Really important to clear that belief for anyone and everyone on these calls. Anyone and everyone that's experiencing that at the moment, let's shift that. It's going to be so beneficial because so much of the time, everyone's had that sensation where you start to feel yourself getting a little bit unwell, or you notice the hint of a scratchy throat or something like that. And then you're like, oh, that's it, I'm going to get sick. And what do I have to learn from this? We start over analyzing, what do I have to learn from it? And, we really, fall deep into the pain of these things that show up for us. But it's actually going to be really important for everyone, to do what we can in the moment that we catch that first hint of a scratchy throat. What is it that we can do right then and there to change our situation? Because if we can, you may find these things start to disappear. And subconscious healing gives you access to do that when it feels too huge, or it feels like for some reason subconsciously you're wanting to be in that experience. It's really, really, really important to have what we need to transform that. Sometimes our subconscious takes us to places that consciously we know aren't great for us, right? It's what's beneath the surface, however, that's creating our life and attracting experiences our way. So really important to shine as much light and love as we can into our subconscious minds. And so for you, Kylie, I'm getting that that's the most important thing for you in your subconscious today. So I'm just bringing that energy in. And it feels like that's going to bring some beautiful new levels of peace into your day as well. So enjoy that over the next few days. That feels really, really beautiful. Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you so much for asking, Kylie. My gosh, that opened up so much incredible information for everyone. It's so wonderful to have you all here. Kerry, why are my health issues not going away? Yes, let's have a look at what's beneath the surface there for you, Kerry. It's really interesting. I'm actually seeing that it's almost like you're feeling a little bit unnerved by what some others around you are doing or saying. I can see where it's really affecting you. So the reason why it's not going away, because you haven't been able to get to the deepest root cause of what allowed this unnerving experience in the first place. So it doesn't feel like we need to go into detail on what that is. It feels like you're very clear on what that is. But the deepest root cause of that is, I'm not worthy of having me time. That's what's allowed this in the first place. So for some reason, there's like a sense of lack that is allowed in what's going to be beneficial for other people, ahead of what's going to be beneficial for you. This is so common. So many of us struggle with this. So for you, Carrie, we're clearing that limiting belief. For anybody else that this is resonating for, allow my energy to flow through for you as well and clear this limiting belief. Let's put ourselves first and let's experience the unconditional love that's there to be experienced when we do so. Sometimes when we try to put ourselves first, we try and do it by spending money or booking massages and things like that, and it just doesn't quite cut it sometimes. So this is the reason why. It's because we haven't been able to clear this level of limitation. So we know on some level that this is going to come back, these cycles are going to return. So for you, Carrie, we're clearing that limiting belief. For any of you that have experienced this struggle, we're lifting that for you so that you no longer have to experience this on that level. Some of you may have this on a really deep level, especially if this was really strong for you within your family. If you're somebody who really felt taken advantage of by your family and you noticed that as a child or throughout your life, please book in with us for a free subconscious healing session, because we would love to support you with this, and we can work through this energy very, very quickly for you. You're all seeing what's possible in just a moment, so imagine what's possible in our full session. It's incredible. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing, Carrie. That's beautiful. You've opened up the space for some wonderful healing for everyone. So thanks to everyone for contributing. Jewel, I'm not earning any money for a long time and feel like a failure because of it. I'm a wonderful person and artist, and yet not living the life that I should. I cannot seem to find the one root cause that would help me shift. Let's have a look at what's beneath the surface there for you, Jewel. This is pretty deep, this one. I'm not worth the experience. That's the limiting belief that your mother had and you took it on. I'm getting when you were in the womb. This was so embedded within your mother, it feels, that it was just something that you took on very, very early. That energy was there in your environment. So therefore you're experiencing that in your environment now. So it's going to be really important to access subconscious healing in the form of exploring what's there in the womb. And I think you've got access to one of our programs which will guide you through doing that and ensuring that transformation happens. But it would definitely pay to go into the subconscious and explore that on a slightly deeper level, because that's what's showing up there for you, Jill. Thank you for sharing. That's wonderful. Natalie, I ended a love connection recently. Did I do the right thing? I feel I can't trust the future with him and his ex, etc. I'm struggling, but I feel I'm going to go downhill if I stay with him. Let's have a look at what's beneath the surface there for you, Natalie. Yeah, so it's really interesting. I can see some energy in your heart space, and it's also sort of then flows through into your mind. And this energy seems to show up for you each time you get to this place with a partner. And it almost feels the limitation itself I can see connected in your heart. So this is where it's manifesting. And I'm actually seeing the root cause of this goes very far back for you as well. So this is around about the age of 1 year. I'm getting specifically about 13 months old. This was where you first experienced some heartache. And I'm actually getting that this was your mother and your father's heartache. And in that moment, you sort of took it on. So they maybe have been struggling with something around that time. And their relationship was tested. So from that moment on, all that was possible for you in relationships was limited by what they saw possible for themselves in that moment. I hope that makes sense for you and that's clear. Definitely watch back the replay if you want to see that in a slightly, if you want to watch that over again. But that's the limiting belief there for you that needs to be transformed. So this one's pretty deep. We may need to do some sessions for you, but I am just going to clear as much as I can for you now. The truth that you needed to know in that moment. So it feels like as we bring this through for your beautiful baby self, then that energy will transform across all of the different levels of your being. Just bringing through the truth that of course you are worth it. Your level of experience just being present on this planet is, creating success. So sometimes we forget to congratulate ourselves just for being here. We've decided to come, here to Earth to experience such, difficult things. And we've really decided to push through resistances time and time again to ensure that we're giving it our best shot. So whenever it seems like it's getting too much, just know that, it was all worth it because you're worth it. That's the message that's coming through for you, Natalie. And I just want to spread that across the group. So if anyone watching this live or watching this later is experiencing that as well, please know that you're worth it. Allow for that energy and that transformation to happen for you as well. Beautiful. Thank you, everyone, for sharing. Lauza, I feel an immense amount of tiredness and exhaustion when I walk through my front door. Let's see what's beneath the surface there for you. So for you, Lauza, it's interesting because there's this beautiful, I can just sense your beautiful energy, and I can feel that you're a very bright and yet, sort of quiet, peaceful person the majority of the time. And so I can actually see that when this exhausted and tired energy comes through, it actually doesn't belong to you. So let's see if we can find out who. Okay, I'm not seeing who that energy belongs to, but I am seeing that limitation that's allowing this other person's energy through. So it may be just in general, whenever somebody else around you is exhausted or tired, you're taking that energy on as if it was yours. And the limiting belief I'm seeing beneath the surface of this is, I'm incapable. So this again is something, whenever this showed up for your mother, she reverted to feeling tired and exhausted. So whenever she was not feeling capable, that showed up for her, and that's something that you've taken on within yourself as well. So it's actually in the highest good for me to clear this for you. So I'm just going to do that for you now. We're going to clear that limiting belief for you. It's so beautiful as well for anyone else that's struggling with this limiting belief. I'm not capable. Allow for my energy to flow through and shift that for you. And it's like, I just saw this beautiful lineup of all of your energies and all of your higher selves, and they're just wrapping you all up with some beautiful unconditional love and gold energy. So that's really amazing. Enjoy that. Even if you're watching this replay, embrace that energy. That feels wonderful. And I just read your message again, Laza. Considering that energy happens when you walk through your front door, I would say that there's perhaps someone within your home that has this energy. I'd say that that's where it belongs, within the moment, at this moment. Yeah. Awesome. Sophie, I have fibromyalgia, arthritis. Yes, let's tune in for you, Sophie, and see what's there for you. So straight away, I'm seeing there's a big list of things that have manifested this. So I'm just going to see if I can access the deepest root cause of this for you. But it may not be in the highest good for me to create a full shift. You may need to receive some support in sessions to do that. But let's see what comes up for you. So for you, Sophie, I'm seeing the energy of I'm checking out as in, so I'm checking out of life. So whenever something triggers you to the point of, oh my gosh, I just can't do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. Why do I still have to struggle? Why do I still have to suffer? It's triggering this limitation, I just want to check out. I just don't want to have to keep doing this stuff. I just don't want to have to keep doing these daily tasks. It feels as though that was connected to your father in some way. He had that same limitation, I'm getting. For you today, I'm clearing as much as I can. It feels like it's actually about 60% of it. So I'm just clearing that for you. Perfect. So you may notice my energy sort of flowing through and shifting that for you. If anyone else has this limiting belief, allow for my energy to clear that for you. I feel a lot of us are really hard on ourselves too, right? So some of the times our health and well-being, it suffers so much more when we're being hard on ourselves and we're not giving ourselves any leniency. You know, we can get so hyper focused on the sorts of foods we should be eating and how we should be spending our time and what kind of beingness we should be in any given moment. And the second that we find ourselves not being perfect in this way, it's like our minds come through and they start punishing us. We start punishing ourselves, but this isn't our truth. This isn't who we really are. This is all a mind-made construct, and this is just what everybody else, society, has done for so long because that was the only way that we knew of, to be able to deal with this sort of thing. So what's really important is that we can start to become aware of when we're doing things just because that was how everybody else did them, and when it's important to become aware of the fact that there is a way to be able to change something. If we've had a certain level of awareness as to why something's occurring in our lives, then it means that we're ready to shift it wholeheartedly. So subconscious healing can help you with that. And I would love to offer all of you on the call today a free subconscious healing session. So I'm going to pop that link into the comment section now. If anybody is looking to receive a shift, please, please, please connect in with us. It's absolutely incredible what's possible once we're able to access the deepest root cause of our challenges in health and well-being, but of course in any area of our lives. So thank you for sharing, Sophie. That's really, 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 really wonderful that you've accessed the level of awareness where you're ready to have this healed. So I encourage you to continue on with this healing journey because there's definitely light on the other side of the tunnel there for you. Wonderful. And that goes for anybody watching this live. You're ready to have a level of awareness where you're ready to start transforming this. So, open up to, that opportunity by taking the first step, showing the universe that you're ready to take the first step. And it's universal law that once you've taken the first step, a shift will occur. So definitely reach out to us if that's something you're interested in. It's going to be very, very beneficial. Wonderful. Kylie Ann, polycystic ovary syndrome since 15, also right shoulder pain since 2011. Okay, let's tune in for you, Kylie Ann, and see what's going on there beneath the surface for you. So for you, Kylie Ann, I'm sensing there's a blockage when it comes to new life, new creation. Let me just see if I can see specifically a little more on this because we want to understand exactly why this is there for you. So the limitation that's created this is it's twofold. It's on one level, I'm not ready. So it almost feels as though when new things are coming into your life, you're really struggling to feel that you are in the right place for these new things to come into your life. And so I can see where that sort of starts to create a bit of stress in your body and your well-being. And I can see where that starts to affect your shoulder in that area. But I'm also seeing there's this difficulty for you when it comes to opening up to other people. So The fear and the anxiety has opened you up to some difficult experiences throughout your life, and subconsciously you've shut down to opening up because of this. So this behavior is a protection mechanism for you as well. So in order to clear this, I'm just sort of gonna, it's in the highest good for me to create some shifts for you. So I'm just gonna do that for you now. Offer you some beautiful healing, and I'm gonna clear some of those limitations for you. But to be able to access the deepest root cause of this, we need to dive a little deeper, because both of these are limitations that came from your parents. And it's not beneficial for me to do that now on the call live I'm getting. So it's going to be important for you to book in for another session if you can, just to get to the absolute deepest root cause of that. But for now, I'm just allowing for my energy to flow through to shift everything that I can on that perfect level of awareness. And it's almost like we're bringing through a beautiful truth for you and for anyone else that has experienced these limitations as well. We all want to be able to see ourselves as perfect. And when we open ourselves up to limiting experiences through other people, that can be really, really difficult. We even start to take on other people's things as our own, and we really want to make sure that ourselves and our health and our well-being comes first, and that includes being able to be in our own energy in any given moment and know that we have what we need to be able to love ourselves. So for many of us, we're lacking, in being able to love ourselves, and that's what's allowing in this, debilitating, experience of being hard on ourselves. So very, very important for that, and feels important for Kellyanne today, from the perspective of just take it easy, allow healing to occur and take it easy. These things, they're not there because you've done something wrong. They're just there because we haven't been equipped with the right tools to help ourselves and to love ourselves on the level that we needed to. And our parents were not equipped, and their parents were not equipped, etc. Perfect. So yes, take some of that pressure off yourself. Well done, Kellyanne. Thank you so much for sharing. That's opened up some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful healing for everyone today. Wonderful. Sarah, hello. So beautiful to have you here. I'd love it if you could find any blockages around my health and thyroid, please. Yes, let's have a look for you. Okay, so for you, Sarah, what I'm actually seeing is that I can see the energy in the thyroid area, but I can actually see that the limitation originates in the heart space. So it was like I saw both of these points, and I'm being drawn to explore the limitation, the deeper root cause in your heart. This feels really good because I'm feeling that we can get super, super deep on this for you now. That we've been able to create awareness on that. And the deepest level of this is, I'm not okay. And more to the fact of, I'm not feeling okay. So whenever something has occurred in your life and this is triggered, this is creating a stress and anxiety for you, and this is what's creating the thyroid issue. So stressed and not feeling okay is what's manifesting these health issues over time. So I'm seeing lots of different variations of things showing up in your life to bring through the energy that's connected to other people. So I'm actually seeing you're holding on to a lot of energy that isn't yours as well. So I also am drawn to exploring when you were about 3 years old. It feels like that's when this thought landed for you, that that's what we did. So as a society, we help other people by taking on their limitations. And it never serves us, never, especially at the subconscious level. We can still help other people, but without taking on their limitations, which is what I'm doing for you all right now, right? So For you, Sarah, exploring those moments where you've been taking on the responsibilities of other people, this to you may just look like, I'm just speaking to my friends, or I'm just thinking about what it is that they said to me earlier that day. Okay, so sometimes what's happening in the subconscious isn't totally obvious to us, and that's why we have an incredible training on offer to start the process of connecting in and exploring this, exploring what's there in the subconscious. So if anyone's interested in that, please book in for a one-on-one session with us, because we can offer that for you if that's what you need. For you, Sarah, it's just more about being able to access those deeper points. So I'm getting that after 3 healing sessions, because you've had access to our techniques. After 3 healing sessions on healing all of the limitations that have created this and integrating the truth, you're going to be able to have this completely cleared. My gosh. So yeah, and this is the truth that's coming through for you, because your mind has allowed for this to become a huge, deep, big, healing process for you, but it actually is quite simple. So go through those 3 points, integrate the truth, and you'll be free from that, is the message I'm getting for you. You're so, so close to being completely free from it. So well done. Congratulations. My gosh, you've healed so much over the past, 6 to 8 months. So it's really, really, really showing. So congratulations. Well done. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Sarah. It's so beautiful to have you on the call. I'm just going to have some water. Nicole, feeling heartbroken and it makes me sick. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Nicole. Let's have a look at what's beneath the surface there for you. I think we can all relate to this one. Let's see, what is it that we all need around heartache for today? Okay, so firstly, I'm tuning in for Nicole. You're heartbroken because there's this sensation of not feeling able to really know who you are, not feeling able to put yourself first, which is wonderful that you're here today on this call, because we've obviously spoken a lot about that. These are little things that are showing up, but I'm now being shown the deepest root cause of this. It's connected to a separation within you. And this separation happened for you so early on, getting because of something that your father's done. So the message is coming through that it's okay to release any pain and suffering that wants to be released. You actually need some space for that. But this truth, I'm hoping, will actually alleviate a lot of that and actually support your healing process. It's that initial heartbreak didn't happen because your dad didn't love you, and it didn't happen because of a lack of appreciation. It was purely there just because of a lack of knowledge, a lack of support for him. And for you, what I'm actually seeing is you've internalized whatever happened in the way that society would normally internalize that sort of thing. But you don't have to carry that burden. You don't have to, take on the pain in the way that everybody else saw it. And that then leads me to the way that your mother saw it. Regardless of her experience around all of this, subconsciously, something changed, and she knew that something had changed on a deep level, and she's had a fair bit of guilt around this for you because she was aware of, the level of heartache that is, wanting to occur. So to be easy on yourself, to ensure that you allow yourself whatever time you need to clear your emotion, but also allow yourself some space to get to the truth. And I'm actually getting that it would be really beneficial to have a read of a book by Daniel. It's called The Mind Lies, and he's explored in great detail the truth and the non-truths of life. I'm going to pop that link into the comment section now here for you. It's feeling really beneficial from the perspective of it's going to ensure that you are in the right place for the journey that you're about to be on. So it feels intense only because there's a lot of deep energy there, but not all of it's yours. Some of it belonged to your dad, some of it belonged to your mum, but the separation that happened within you at this particular juncture, that's what's creating the sensation of feeling sick, and it's there because it's connected to a lack of identity and a lack of who you really are, or a lack of the sense of knowing who you really are. So that's what heartbreak is actually really there for you to, that's what's there for you to really work around. And it feels like that's what heartbreak really is about for so many of us. You know, we've lost sight of who we are. We've therefore taken on the identity of the person that we're with or the people that we're around, even our family members. And then all of a sudden we've lost that in some way. There's been a huge level of separation and or a big letdown, you know, they've hurt us in some way, which has created a disconnect or a separation. And then because of that, we've found ourselves in a space where, you know, we're all of a sudden aware of the fact that we need to come back in and figure out who we really are again. So on the deepest level, heartbreak is so intense, right? But it's not for the reasons that we think it to be. It's really not about the person. Usually subconsciously, we're aware of the fact that that person wasn't right for us on some level. So if we have moments where we're experiencing the pain and the trauma of actually losing someone, majority of the time, it's connected to something much, much deeper, a separation of who we really are, a separation of our truth, and a separation of, you know, love. In our deepest form and in our deepest essence, majority of us, we're all just love at heart. So that's the most important thing, is that we have that. Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing, Nicole. That definitely opened up the space for lots of healing, so thank you. Wonderful. Let me just see who's next. I'm so sorry, everyone. I've just lost the feed. Something happened on my phone and I've lost the feed. So if everyone could please share your questions again, if you have any others. I know there was a couple more then. So yeah, please share it into the comment section. I'm going to tune in. We've still got a few minutes left. So if you could please just share that in again, then I'll make sure that I get to you. Perfect. Thank you so much. Diana, let's see what's there for you. So for Diana and Dema, if you're able to share into the comment section, anywhere where you feel that you're struggling with your health and well-being, then I'm going to be able to identify the deepest root cause of that for you. And I'm going to be able to, create some subconscious shifts for you on that. Wonderful. Sandra, I seem to have never healed properly after my cervical fusion in 2014. Is there a reason why? Yes, Sandra, let's have a look for you. Okay, so for you, Sandra, what I'm getting is that the energy beneath the surface that was connected to this being created, this experience being created for you, was there's so much detail to it. So if you were equipped to be able to go into the subconscious mind and start exploring these, I'm getting that you would be able to identify a lot of this. But what I'm seeing is the deepest cause of this is actually connected to when you were approximately about 1.5 years old. I'm seeing that there was some sort of trauma that occurred for you then. It doesn't feel like it was a big thing, but it created such a shock that it really impacted you, and it allowed in the energy of someone close to you. And this energy was connected to not feeling capable, but also really feeling, I'm really feeling the strong sense of, you know, that sensation you get where you're holding on tight to something. That's the sensation I'm getting. So when that shock occurred, it created a limitation for you, and you've forever then been in this tensed state. And I can see that creating this underlying stress and overwhelm for you. So it's feeling really important that we clear some of that for you today, because it has opened you up to experiences that are manifesting issues within the body, within your well-being as well. So what I'm getting for you is that we're opening up a beautiful space for this healing to occur. I'm feeling your mind is a little stuck on wanting to know what this trauma is, but just know that what it wasn't big, and we're not seeing it because it's not necessary for the healing to occur. So it's okay. Allow yourself to relax into, you know, knowing that you would much rather be healed than, you know, still have these difficulties in your life. What's more important is that we're able to identify the energy beneath the surface, because that's why there's still something there. There's still something that you haven't been able to completely heal from. Wonderful. Well done. Thank you for allowing for that to occur. That's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. Dema, back pain and anxiety. Yes, let's see what's there for you beneath the surface. Yeah, so Dema, I'm seeing two different things. So I'm seeing the back pain for you is connected in on some difficulties, again, in financial well-being. So but it's slightly different for you. There was someone else earlier who had this similar struggle, but for you, when this shows up for you, it's really when you're just not feeling supported by life. So whenever someone in your life isn't supporting you, whenever someone at work isn't supporting you, whenever you're triggered around, you know, needing to do things for other people, when it's not, you know, being reciprocated, those sorts of things are what are allowing this back pain through. So it's interesting because I kind of feel like subconsciously on some level you were aware of the fact, you were aware of this on some level, but you were thinking that other people were creating this difficulty for you. But what's actually creating it is this limitation, this limitation that life just isn't going to get any better, and that it's a struggle. So let's clear that for you, because it's that's creating the anxiety. So I'm seeing that, you know, the anxiety is only there because this has been something that's been with you for such a long time that it's created this stress that you sort of feel that you're not able to overcome. So it's feeling beneficial that we can clear that for you, and that's going to alleviate some of that anxiety for you. There are a few other limitations that are connected to the anxiety, so I highly recommend connecting in with one of us for a one-on-one session if you'd like to explore that further. I'm going to pop that link into the comment section shortly for you all. But yeah, that's going to allow for you to have some healing when it comes to the back pain. The only trick now is going to be for us to explore any reasons as to why we would want to hold on to this back pain. So that's definitely going to need to be explored in a session, and this is really common for everyone, right? Like, I don't think I've ever actually met someone who hasn't had a health issue in some way, shape, or form, and where they have not had issues with being in 100% perfect, healthy well-being. We're talking all day, every day, very few people. So it's really important for us all to be aware of the fact that when these sorts of things start to show up, there's a reason for us wanting to either hold on to the pain or check out from life, or there's some reason for us wanting to potentially hold on to this subconsciously. Usually, if we have this limitation, it's connected in on wanting to receive love from our parents, or wanting to be appreciated, something around that regard. So for you, Dema, I'm feeling that wanting to be appreciated is something that's really important to you, and that's what you feel that you're not getting. But a big part of that reason is because this limiting belief is beneath the surface, right? Because that limiting belief is there, you know how deeply you really want to be appreciated, but you just can't receive the appreciation because of the limitations that it's created for you in your life of wanting to hold on to certain levels of pain. So I hope that makes sense for you. Watch that back over if you need to, but it just goes to show, right, how complex and complicated our subconscious limitations can be. The reason for that is because they're all connected to the ideas that were created throughout our early childhood years. So really important to have the tools and techniques that we need to be able to explore that and to be able to get really super clear on how we can help and support ourselves again in the future. So subconscious healing is there to support you all with that if that's what you're looking for. If you feel that you're subconsciously wanting to check out from life, or you're wanting to keep your poor health in some way, or even though consciously you know that that's not what you want for yourself, if you find yourself leading into that space, in that direction. I know that from time to time, even these days, I still find myself there. Please reach out to one of us and explore subconscious healing. We have what you need to change all of that for yourself. So I'm going to pop that link into the comment section now for you all. And it's also feeling really beneficial for you, everybody, to explore the incredible training that we have on offer for you all today. There's this wonderful training program that we have called the Limitless You. It allows for you to heal super, super fast and to connect in with your true self. So if you're wanting to explore your connection with higher self and wanting to do it in a way that ensures a modern approach to healing and wellness, then definitely check out this training, because it's going to ensure that you have what you need to be able to create the subconscious shifts that you're looking for. And I also want to ensure that you all have the access to our Facebook page, Intuition Wisdom. I owe all of my success, my health, and my well-being to Intuition Wisdom. And I really, really, really can't wait I love shouting what they do from the rooftop. So it's definitely going to be beneficial for anyone who's interested in what we've done here today to explore that. And subconscious healing, my gosh, it has the ability to get such clarity with what it is that's creating the difficulties in our life beyond any of the experiences that we may have had, right? So if we look back at some of the things that we've transformed today, some of those things have been with us for a lifetime, right? And yet still, it didn't matter whether it was something that had been there for a lifetime or whether it was something that, was fairly recent for us. I was still able to get down to the deepest root cause of that and create a shift for you. So the Limitless You is where you can start to explore some of our techniques and start to explore what's possible for you with healing and wellness. There's truly, truly, truly no limits to what's possible. And I myself have been able to explore healing on some wonderful things explored healing on some really difficult things within myself. I suffered with endometriosis and PCOS, lots of reproductive issues over the years. I've also suffered with irritable bowel syndrome. I was a smoker and needed to heal my lungs from a long time ago. All sorts of things I've been able to transform. And I've also worked with clients where we've been able to transform all kinds of things: fibromyalgia, cancer, all kinds of health issues, chronic fatigue, whatever it is, these things can be transformed so long as we're ready and open to explore the awareness of what's there beneath the surface. And it can get a little personal and it can get a little intense. So it really pays for us to be equipped and for us to know exactly what the safest way of being able to do that is. So if you'd like to explore subconscious healing on a deeper level and you'd like to experience some transformations, I would definitely love to connect in with you. And we have a beautiful team of subconscious healers that would all love to connect in with you. So please join us for a one-on-one session so that we can meet you and we can see what's possible for you, so that we can start transforming your health and well-being and ensure that you have everything that you need from this moment forward. So thank you to everyone who's joined here today. Thank you for everyone who shared and contributed to the realizations that we've had. It's something that I've really, really loved about my journey, is that there's always new levels of love and abundance and success to be able to be experienced as we're becoming the empowered leaders of this journey that we're on with healing. So thank you all. I hope you all experience some wonderful energy over the next couple of days. And we're here every week at this same time. So we look forward to seeing you next week. Sending you love. Bye-bye.